Hi, Chris.
Hey
and
there,
Maria.
how are you?
Good, and yourself?
We're good. Thanks so much for jumping on with us.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
what's happening, man?
Thank you for the time. And I got to start by saying congrats on 20 years as a band.
Yeah.
Yes, we're almost there. We're getting close. We're not quite there to celebrate it, but we're getting close.
About the only good thing to come out of MySpace other than Tom being my friend.
It's crazy. It really is. I feel like we were like little babies when we started off. It's just nuts to think 20 years, how beautiful that is.
Well, it is essentially 20 years since we formed the idea of In This Moment and started the band, but it's not 20 years since our first album's out yet.
Right.
Yeah. When is the exact for the first album drop?
07.
When is that, Chris?
I'm not sure. I guess if you do
07.
count the release, it would be
Yeah,
27.
Yeah, 2007.
27, yeah. Close. We're getting there. It's exciting. We're so grateful to have a career. It's awesome.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to this tour, the Black Mass Tour. We got you coming through home, SoCal, Hollywood Palladium on October the 1st. And I imagine this is going to be an all-new production and set list compared to last year's Kiss of Death tour.
Yes, and it's so exciting because, and you're talking about, 20 years ago, I moved to California. Chris moved. We all moved to California from different places and, to make this dream come true. And, California is always, and, especially LA shows have such a special place in our heart where, we kind of brought all of our little dreams together to create this. And it's October 1st, and we are a Halloween band. And this is definitely going to have new production and have really new, exciting things. There's a Halloween costume party happening. We're going to put people on stage to pick a winner, and we call it Become the Show. So we want to see everybody's costumes, and it's just going to be an exciting Halloween evening.
Yeah, we have some really awesome bands too that are with us
Yes.
for the tour. So should be really awesome.
Definitely want to get into the bands, but just out of curiosity, since you guys are both Angelinos, is there a particular show that you can remember going to? Maybe your first or favorite show at the Hollywood Palladium, one that jumps out to you that you went to, attended, not played at?
For 100% for me, it was Pantera.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was the Vulgar Display of Power tour, so it was completely packed. It was so packed that when they were playing, there was no mosh pit. It was just the whole room just kind of swayed from one side to the other. It was probably illegal as heck, but it was super awesome.
Packed in like sardines.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And the first time I went, I played there. So for me, I was just on the stage that time. So I have so many beautiful shows and memories of California shows and LA shows and small gigs where I got to saw awesome bands, but I never got to go there. I got to see Deftones at the Roxy though, and that was like a highlight of my life.
Oh my God, yeah. And that big band in that small of a venue?
Yeah, it was so special, and I was in just awe and completely blown away, and they've been my favorite band forever, so.
Great new album out from them.
Oh, yeah.
Getting into your tour, I spoke to Rory Rodriguez from Dayseeker a few weeks ago, and I know he's super pumped. Really cool that you guys have them on this lineup as direct support, and certainly their new album, Creature in the Black Night, really kind of lends itself to the ITM kind of motif, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, Chris actually showed me Dayseeker. He's had his eye on them for a while, right, Chris? He was really liking their music.
Yeah, when we were doing our last album, I remember talking about them to Maria and just thinking that their songs were awesome. And then they've just kind of been growing and growing, and it totally does fit the motif. The whole vibe of the band and everything fits the style. So stylistically, the tour is really cool in that respect. And the other band too, Funeral Portrait, they kind of have a theatrical kind of thing going too, with the religious kind of bent. It's really cool. So I think the whole night's kind of a really neat Halloween kind of feeling too. Yeah, and Dead as well.
And Dead. And they have a brand new album dropping, Dead, too, right in the beginning of the tour. And Dayseeker is dropping their new album. So I think that it's going to be a very Halloween-themed tour. And, even the music, we're trying to create and curate this to be just something really exciting for everybody. October 1st and just L.A. And I don't know, it feels like it's going to be a special night for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I was going to touch upon Dead. They got the new album coming out, Resent, on the 19th of this month, and the song Purpose. And I really love the kind of electronics and kind of industrial vibe that they're kind of adding to the new music.
Yeah, they love all that. They really mix it up a lot too, which I think makes them a really cool, unique band. A lot of different sounds you could hear in there, and different, energies and stuff like that. And they really bring it on this album, so it's exciting.
They do. It's so unique too. I'm excited for them, and hopefully this album connects with people because they're a very underrated band, man. People need to catch on.
Yeah, it's been a cool evolution. I mean, they kind of really started off with that new metal tag, and now they're kind of evolving into their own thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of new music, I got to touch upon your guys' new single, Heretic, with Kim Dracula, who you toured with in the past. So I imagine that was an easy phone call to make to get him involved in that track.
It was. And I mean, we just recently toured together, and, like you said, we love to tour with bands that we find that we love, like how Chris found Dayseeker, and he was like, listen to this band, and I listened to them, and I'm like, oh my God, I love them. We did that with Sleep Token too. They actually opened up for us a few years out here in the States, and I remember showing Sleep Token to Chris, and I was telling him, they're going to be huge. Listen to this band. Can we bring them out? And sure enough, we got them out.
They got huge really fast.
Yeah, they blew right after that tour. They blew up. It was like fabulous, because they're one of my favorite bands too. And then Kim Dracula, I wound up seeing him online, and we got him out on the road with us, and so talented. I mean, superstar. And so, that was an easy one. I was able to just text him and be like, hey, because on the tour I was telling him we should collaborate musically, and, he was so into it. So we're super grateful for this song and this track. And that was kind of one of our heavier, like, street tracks. And we're still in the process of working on our new album right now. We thought we were done, and then we stepped back and realized like it wasn't done, and Chris and I are just realizing like we don't want to rush it. We want to make sure, it's exactly what we want it to be, and make sure that it has everything that it's supposed to have in there, right, Chris?
Yeah, and that's what's cool about us releasing Heretic by itself is like we're kind of starting this thing where we're seeing a lot of other bands do it as well, but instead of just waiting and releasing one song and then do an album right after that, like maybe releasing a few songs over a few months. And then when the album's ready, put it all out together in one time. It kind of gives music to fill the gap between albums and keep people excited and keeps everything fresh. So we're kind of stoked to be doing that this time.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're not totally abandoning the album format, which I think a lot of bands are with that new single model and just dropping songs. 'Cause I think the album is still a very important thing.
I agree with you, man. We do. We both love it, and we put so much effort into making an album with the track listing and how the songs flow together and having a theme. And a lot of times that does get kind of butchered up by the just releasing singles. But it's still an album. We have 12 songs already. We're just adding like more songs to figure out what's the best of the best.
Yeah, we have more songs than 12, but we just knew it needed some more. More specific energies. You could just hear when something's missing and when things aren't fully there, like you're talking about in an album perspective, and really to have that be a rounded body of art,
Well, it's great that you guys are at a point in your career where you have the time to take the time. I feel like most bands are, just cranking out the album to get ready for the tour and have to run out and don't have enough time. So it's really great that you can kind of take your time with this one. And I imagine
we're forcing ourselves to do it because we literally have been doing that, what you just described, since the very beginning. And we're just like, man, we have to to stop for a minute and make sure everything's right. And then, that way everything everything you do is an effective move instead of just doing it to do it.
Yeah, we want it to be fully invested in it and make sure it's the next, in this moment that we're proud of, and everything, everybody's proud of it, and our fans love it. And we love our fans so much. We don't want to just spit something out because it's time constraint. We want to make it perfect.
And working with Kane Churko again?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, we love the Churkos. We've been with them for so long, and they're all so talented and special. The whole family is. Even other family members we work with, it's crazy. So we've definitely all merged in a lot of ways over the years. But yeah, super grateful.
Guys, I appreciate all the time. Last couple of things I wanted to hit you with. You know, speaking about the early days of this band, you guys certainly cut your teeth at the Ozfest festival and wanted to remember that a little bit and remember Ozzy Osbourne with his recent passing. Did you guys have any interaction with him back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
you want to go ahead, Chris?
no, I mean, I have a lot to say because I grew up totally like Ozzy was like huge for me. And then when we signed, the story, how we got connected with Ozzy was our manager was Blasco, who was Ozzy's bass player. Actually, he was Rob Zombie's bass player when he first became our manager, but then he joined Ozzy's band right after that. And he's the one who connected us to Kevin Churko, who at the time was recording Ozzy's Black Rain album.
Mm-hmm.
So right when we got with Kevin, he had just finished that. So we were talking to him a lot. And then we did a couple of singles during that time, one of which was Call Me. And we ended up recording all of the music for that at Ozzy's house up in Hollywood Hills.
Yeah.
It was so cool just to be in the studio doing it there. But, of course, Ozzy, he's so, just gregarious, and he just rolls downstairs and, what you guys doing, and just sat down and started talking to us about all the stuff going on and was bringing up some little stories and stuff. And we were just, completely floored. And that happened, and then we got to get the Ozfest thing, and then we got to do a 2-month Ozzy Arena tour. Was our first big tour,
Our first time in arenas in Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
Unbelievable to be a witness to all of that,
Mm-hmm.
And then, all these years have passed since then even, and seeing him just keep putting out albums and, it was crazy. His passing was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Poetic.
Our whole camp was crying. Yeah, I mean, and he's timeless. He's forever. But
the GOAT.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song we could play for you to remember Ozzy with?
I've been playing "Mom, I'm Coming Home" just because it's so sad, and when you listen to it,
it's such a good. Anything off No More Tears.
And we were also playing "Goodbye to Romance" at the end of our
yeah.
set on the last tour. We were just out there, we're all crying.
Or Mr. Crowley. If you want to cry, play one of those songs. Mr. Crowley's amazing. They all are pretty epic, man.
It's hard to listen to them though, because you get teared up right after. Even last night, I just watched the MTV Awards.
Yeah.
And they did the. Oh man, I was all choked up on that one.
Me too.
It was so beautiful.
Crying throughout that. Guys, I appreciate all the time. Last quick question I got for you, and this is probably more for Chris than Maria. We're an old school radio station. We do a feature called Mandatory Metallica every night at 10 p.m. I've been having this little Metallica debate and wanted to get your opinion. Ride the Lightning versus Master of Puppets. If you had to pick one out of those two, which one would it be?
I understand how hard that is, but I would pick Master of Puppets, and the reason is they just the production just came up a little bit more on that.
Agreed.
Even though the songs are probably just as cool on both albums, the production level and just the way it sounded was just a little bit better, a little bit more what is this, kind of sharper, cutting edge sounding, I guess, and that's why I would pick that one, Master.
Yeah, I agree. I think it sounded a lot better. And to write Orion and Damage Inc. or Battery on the same record, incredible.
Oh, there's so many good ones, yeah.
Do you have a favorite Metallica tune we could play for you on Mandatory Metallica?
Why don't we do Orion? There's no vocals, but it's amazing.
Do the instrumental. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll rock that
Often
one.
overlooked.
I agree. And so cool that they're playing it now with Trujillo in the band, that he can actually play it.
Yeah, man, he's so good.
Guys, I appreciate the time. Thank you so much. Honored to get to talk to you, and I can't wait to see you guys out at the Hollywood Palladium again.
Yeah, man, please come out and say hi to us.
Yes, thank you. Dress up. Everybody come out. We want to see your costumes, and it's going to be an amazing night, and we look forward to seeing everybody. Thank you so much for getting on with us.
Thank you, guys. Safe travels out there. Bye-bye.
Thanks, buddy. Take care. Bye.